TEFL TESOL Guide to Teaching English Abroad. What to take? When you do your research on the city-country where you will be living, you will no doubt gain a fair idea of the climate and therefore also the type of clothing you will need to take with you. However, depending on the country, it may be better to take the minimum and buy the rest while you are there. Make sure you find out from your employer about any dress code for your teaching so that you can take appropriate clothing for your workplace. Even if your employer doesn't require it, it is always useful to have some smart clothing for visits to government offices for visas and work permits, etc. It is very important to make sure you take enough money with you. Salaries are usually paid 1 month in arrears, so you need to make sure you have sufficient funds to keep you going until your first paycheck. Also be aware that you may need extra amounts for security deposits on your accommodation and so on. In order to obtain your work permit and/or residence visa, you will probably need to produce a copy of your birth certificate and documents verifying your qualifications, degree, TEFL certificate. Therefore, it is essential to make sure you take such documentation with you. It is also essential to ensure that you have an adequate supply of any necessary medication, as it may not be quite so readily available where you are going. Other useful items to pack may include English language novels, magazines, if not readily available locally, laptop, shortwave radio, dictionary, phrasebook, favorite cosmetics, and anything else that you might feel you need in order to help you feel comfortable when you first get there. If you are not sure exactly what you need to bring with you, you can always ask your employer for advice. Of course, taking along some of your favorite teaching resources materials, see the bibliography below, is a good idea. Useful resources bibliography. The following books have been found useful by many teachers during both their TEFL course and teaching careers. Obviously, you won't want to have all of them, but having a few favorites with you is a good idea, especially if teaching resources are a bit thin on the ground in the location where you will be teaching. Of course, there are literally thousands of other resources out there, and over time you will develop your own favorites, but these are the ones we have found to be especially helpful to the new teacher. Practical English Grammar by A.J. Thompson and A.V. Martinet, OOP. As the title suggests, this is an English grammar reference book and perhaps the most widely used book of its kind. English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy, Cup. A worksheet-based self-study grammar guide for intermediate-level students. Practical English Usage by Michael Swan, OOP. Regarded by many TEFL teachers as the grammar reference Bible. Collins Copfield English Dictionary, Collins. The Patterns of English Language Usage Explained, and probably the most popular dictionary in the TEFL industry. How English Works by Swan Walter, OOP. Descriptive explanations of grammar, though with somewhat dated worksheets. How to Teach English by Jeremy Harmer, Longman. A practical guide to a whole range of teaching techniques. Grammar Games by Maria Rinvalucri and Davis, Cup. Cognitive, practical classroom games and drama activities for effective communication. More Grammar Games by Rinvalucri and Davis, Cup. More cognitive games and drama activities for effective communication. Grammar Practice Activities by Penier, Cup. Grammar Points Explained, with activities to reinforce a wide range of grammar areas. Grammar Games and Activities by Peter Watson-Jones, Penguin. Activity sheets for practicing grammar points that can be photocopied. The Resourceful English Teacher by Chandler Stone, Delta. 15 varied activities for a wide range of skills. 1,000 pictures for teachers to copy by Andrew Wright, Nelson. Pictures for all uses such as elicitation and worksheets. Grammar Games, Cognitive, Affective, and Drama Activities for EFL Students by Maria Rinvalucri. A range of fun activities to practice grammar and get students talking. Beginners Communication Games by Jill Hadfield. Around 40 communicative game-based activities for starter-level students. Elementary communication games, teachers' resource materials. By Jill Hadfield. Around 40 communicative game-based activities for elementary-level students. Intermediate communication games, by Jill Hadfield. Around 40 communicative game-based activities for intermediate-level students. Keep talking. Communicative fluency activities for language teaching, by Friedrich Klippel. Over 120 communicative activities to keep students interacting.